told one other person, one Dr. Amoako Tuffuor, has also joined the fray, and but that is his lot. It doesn't have any relevance in this party. I must make bold on this. Whenever there is an election, then he spirits himself to Ashanti region and pretends that he is in control of the region. What does he do for the party? What does he do for the government? It's only when elections are due, whether parliamentary, the DCs, the presidential, then he goes there skirmishing around as if he holds the keys to Ashanti region. So what? With respect, so what? What is his relevance for this party? He's my friend, but how he behaves in this party, I cannot comprehend. Anytime there's elections, he goes there, let's not defend it. In fact, 4 years ago, he was one person who went to see one lawyer, Kyei Mensah, Apino, who was there, and said that people, if there was going to be a contest, I was going to place last, so the party should not protect me in any way. What happened in the end? So on the day of my election, he came there. He couldn't look at me in the face when the results were announced. I mean, these things, he's an elderly person. And I believe that you know how to behave in this party. It's not right. With respect to him, he's a friend, he's an elderly person. Even if he has any misgivings against what position the party takes, as an elder of the party, he should know how to, communicate. But to go about challenging positions of the party and pretending to be the alpha and omega of the party in Ashanti, with respect to him, I differ. And he should not go on that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, leader.
I am extremely shocked about the majority leader's posture. I have to be very careful with this interview because I don't want to get into a situation where the party will be sacrificed or will be brought into a quarrel. I don't go round doing anything. People consult me a lot. I'm like an elder, like whatever you want to describe me. People call me. You can take statistics in town and all that. I started this party a long time ago when I was a lecturer at KNUST. Kyei Mensah Bonsu was a student, together with other people like Dr. Richard Anani and all that. I had a restaurant nightclub. That is where they came as young people. They were starting their politics. If you wouldn't say I mentored some of them, I was around. I don't go around making noise. Never. That is not my style. For him to say that, again, let me tell you something. If you look at me as an elderly member on the street, I'm a National Council member from Ashanti region, current member of National Council. Does that make me just an ordinary riffraff that comes during election time and makes some noise? I was shocked that he could say something like that.
Are you instigating his defeat?
His what?
Are you instigating his defeat? That's what he's accused you of.
You know something? I don't even go to Kumasi a lot these days. I don't meddle with direct campaigns like that. The previous time, there was someone who was competing with him. And as far as I was concerned, he would have beaten him. So we ended up trying to resolve it. It was a peaceful thing. He mentioned Apiaminka. It wasn't of a negative nature. We wanted to sit down. The whole situation ended up in Accra, not in the party office. I don't want to get into too many details. And we sorted out. You see, it's the same experience that I have that I suggested earlier, about a week ago, that listen, if somebody wants to run for an election, there's nobody in this party who is above the law or the democratic principles of this party. That person who wants to run, it is his right. Now, if you don't want him to run against somebody you think is important, I use the word negotiation several times. Negotiate with the person. Call the person. This man is in parliament. This woman is in parliament. She's very good. She's doing this and that to help the party in parliament. If you don't mind, let us think of an alternative position like MCE or deputy minister or whatever. I used the words quid pro quo during my previous interview. I was very clear. And I said, in future, it's not when you have started. Wisdom does not tell us that when you've started a race, then you start putting rules in place. That is why I say I am surprised. I don't want to go to town too much on this issue, but let me just touch on basic things.
If he questions your relevance in the majority leader.
Absolutely. This is with utmost disrespect, because if he's not aware, and he must be, if he's truly an MP from Ashanti region, he must know his members in the National Council. And National Council is the highest position you can occupy within the party that is authoritative, besides the National Conference. I am also a member from Ashanti on the national basis of the Council of Elders. I am a founding father, one of the founding fathers of this party. At that time, he was a student. You understand? So if you don't know your elders, you don't know anybody's position, and you characterize him like that. And I like he said, I thought he was a friend. And I am really shocked. I don't want to go to town too much, but I will dwell on the issues at stake. If you want, in future, there is nothing like creating trouble. No. It is about reasoning properly. You want women, more women in parliament. Then you plan towards it. Don't wait till men come and people start hailing them. They want him to be a parliamentary candidate. Then you suddenly, and quite a number of people also campaign on the ground, or they have the ambitions nurtured over a long period, some years. And then suddenly you come up and say, no, you can't stand. You see, then you haven't followed a right procedure, which is smart enough to make sure there won't be any problems. People will accept your direction and all that. You take such a situation to the National Council, to the conference, and say that we need more women, for instance, in parliament. People can make a difference there. Okay? And if we agree, we can proportionate and all that. Can't get into details. But the other issue here is that I suggested that even now, those who are propagating this kind of thing, I just read that Adainimo has been prevented from collecting papers and all that. There are all kinds of things that are happening down there. It shouldn't happen. And I said, even now, if you want somebody to step down, have a representative from parliament, say the majority leader himself, together with a representative of the National Council of the party, plus an elder, national elder of the party. And then you go down, plus a representative from the president. You go down to the constituency. Mr. So-and-so, there is this person who is already here and is in parliament in your constituency. In the opinion of the party and the government and parliament, would like to retain this person. That is understandable. That is the reason why he was not contested in 2006 or whatever. Okay? Now, when you say that, and the person who is trying to contest the incumbent MP still insists that no, he's not going to step down, remember, you don't have a right as a citizen, as a democratic party, to say, no, step down, by all means, we won't give you paper, this is dictatorial. Let's change our attitudes. Let's calm down. We're hyping things too much. There are some people who are exhibiting too much arrogance. It's about jaw, discuss.
You think the majority leader is being very arrogant?
No, I'm not passing judgment on our officials. But there are lots of people around Ashanti region and other places that are exhibiting the kind of attitude that is wrong. Everybody, yes, a bit enimnira. Let's leave it like that. Now, if you talk to the guy who wants to stand and he still doesn't want to step down, after giving him a quid pro quo, maybe you ask him, can we find some a loan or something, some money to pay for monies you've spent while campaigning or trying to attract people to you and all that, and maybe a little bit more. If he still says no, maybe you take him to a very respectable elder, okay, that will come in to try and talk to him. Now, what you are trying to prevent is annoying that guy, upsetting that guy, and his supporters. First, you want to prevent anybody going independent. Two, if he doesn't go and he's angry, and he has supporters who are also NPP, they may probably not vote for this imposition, this MP who is being imposed on them, okay? And will lose votes. Another dangerous part of this whole approach that I've also explained before is that when the person decides, the parliamentary primary guy that has been stopped decides, he and his people, Yankoto. You are lucky if they say, Yabeto, we'll go ahead. Then they will vote for the president. If they say Yankoto and they decide not to go there at all, the president loses votes. Let us look at realism and let's use our wisdom, collective wisdom, and let's don't talk by heart.
So he was quite
I think
with respect to this matter.
I think that is a very bad approach, to put it bluntly. You don't describe anybody as empty barrel. Supposing eventually we don't negotiate or he doesn't accept, he goes and he beats you. Are you trying to insult the people in Suame that they are also empty barrels and they voted for the wrong person or whatever? Two, because you are in your present position, you are wiser than everybody. No, don't let's talk like that. That is too much below the belt. For him to describe that I don't have any position in the party. I have positions in the party. I'm not of a regional chairman or a national, but when you're a member of a national council, problems from the regional secretariat, national secretariat, chairman of the party, general secretary, when they come up, they come in front of us. You understand me? So you cannot, unless you forget yourself easily, unless other things make you feel too big, that you don't recognize anybody else. In any case, put all my positions aside. National Council member, Council of Elders, founding member. I am a member of National Patriotic Party. I'm a member of NPP. That is enough qualification for me to talk at any time that I choose to, when I choose to, and listen carefully. He said when elections are coming. He doesn't even know what goes on during the period, during the elections. Doesn't even know what other campaigns go on, what things go on and happen. Does he know anything about the volunteers that sacrifice their time and life for this party? There's so many things that go through in the life of a party.
How do you describe, how do you rate the performance of Kyei Mensah Bonsu in Suame? I mean, are you impressed about what he has done as an MP?
Because he occupies a particular position in Parliament for the party. I won't describe him, that's first. 2, I don't have any special interest in Suame. The last time I went to Suame is probably about a year and a half to 2 years ago. I don't have any business there. I haven't even driven through there. I've spent most of my time in Accra. Okay, so with absolute due respect to whoever he says is competing with him and has no, intelligence or whatever words he used for him, I don't, with respect, please, if you are listening and you are hearing me, I don't know you personally when the name is being mentioned. I apologize if you are somebody I know, because I run into lots of people. I know lots of people. I work with lots of party people. So I don't know him, let alone go and show interest there. What does it got to do with me? If you cannot run your campaign.
The words are quite unprintable. You have been shocked and dismayed. Person, the disrespect you have said as well. And would you want to drag him before the party? I mean, once you feel offended by this?
No, I'm too matured and smart to just ignore him. Let him go. If that is how he respects people and all that, I'm not going to make, and I'm mindful of what our opponents may be listening to now. So that is why I have been very patient. I'm normally not evasive at all. I could have taken him to the cleaners. I'll deal with him directly myself. But I won't do that for the sake of the party. It's a party that I'm interested in. But this dismissive attitude or the seemingly arrogant kind of postures that some people put up, we must be fair in our approach to everything. Fairness, negotiate, discuss. Let us always uphold the principle that MPP is a democratic party. It's not a dictatorial party.
Do you foresee the Suame seat shaking with respect to him being the member of Parliament?
No, I wish that, I don't know, because I haven't been to Suame, I've told you. Secondly, by virtue of the fact that he is a parliamentary leader, if the president still wants him, then we want him. I wish him well, but he must approach it the way I told him. It comes with experience, USX experience. When I was a lecturer and struggling with others to form this party, he was a student. You see? So there are some years of experience that come with this. And I'm not going to chastise him or insult him or attack him. I'll be attacking the party. I'll be attacking all kinds of things that the party stands for. And then this year of elections, I have to be very evasive on issues like this. When he wants me on a closed door one-on-one, then I'll tell him what I think of him.